Hey, you, I need you to hit the subscribe button below.
You know about the Bible? You believe in the Bible? Somewhat, what you believe in it? Okay, you say you believe there is a God, but because of some of the circumstances in life, it's like, he don't mess with me, right? I know a lot of people go through that. Give me Hosea 5 and 15 one more time. We're going to read it because the Bible will give us all the answers. Us right here, we went through some of the same things you probably went through. I used to be an athlete. I used to play sports and stuff like that. Same stuff. I already know what you're going through. It's especially with the Rona right now, y'all a little behind on the season and all type of stuff, right? All this stuff is being put out here for a reason. Watch this.
The book of Hosea, chapter 5 and verse 15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face.
God said the reason why you feel sometimes like he's not there is because he's not there. Because he's not dealing with us as a people. Why? Keep reading.
And seek my face in their affliction. They will seek me early.
He said he got to put affliction on our people to make us wake up and come back and be like, yo, there's got to be something better for us right here. There's got to be something better for my life. My life can't be just spiraling out of bounds all the time and going wrong. He said you have to acknowledge your offenses. But how you going to acknowledge your offense if you never open up this Bible and read it? Give me Job 8 and 8. Watch this, because the Bible going to tell you that too. Everything we telling you, we going to read out the Bible. And you seem like somebody intelligent. You know you're gonna if you need an answer to something, you'll seek it out, right? Watch this.
Book of Job, chapter 8 and verse 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers.
The Bible says, prepare yourself to the search of your fathers. So when we grow up, when we was in school, all they taught us about was us being in slavery, right? That was it. 1619. 1492, that's all we knew about our people, was that we came over here in boats from Africa. They taught us we was all black people are Africans. That's it. Africa got over 50 countries and a whole bunch of different languages, but y'all are just African. You can never pinpoint where I'm from in Africa, right? That's why the Bible says, search out your forefathers, search out your history. That's what it's telling you to do. We searched out our history and found out that the children of Israel are black people. That's why today we are here to show our people in this Bible that we always been reading that we are the children of Israel. We put these out here as visuals because these are the things that you read in the Bible that happened to us. Give me Deuteronomy 28 again. 28 and 37. Watch this.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 37.
Yep.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations.
Now, what we reading right here, Deuteronomy 28 and 37. They was out there, the word you get picnic, from an old term, they was talking about pick a nigga, where you was lynching, where they would pick a random black person and lynch them, and they go out there and get their little, their blankets and they food and they fruits and stuff like that, and they would hang him and lynch him, and everybody sit around, take pictures and laugh and have a good time. That's where you get that term picnic from. You hear things like, if you want to hide anything from a black man, put it in a book, right? Those are proverbs that they say about our people. Those are bywords. They call us African American. That's the name of two white men. Africa, the name Africa comes from a Roman general. His name was Leo Scipio Africanus. Then you got Americans, right? America, the name America comes from Amerigo Vespucci. He was one of the map makers that came over here when the conquistadors came to this land. And he started searching, he started naming some of the places that we know today. So that's why we have the name America in this as this country's name. When you call yourself African American, what you're saying is your forefathers come from two white men, basically. So that's why the Bible says, search out your fathers, search out your history, your people. Because when you search beyond slavery, you find out that we ruled the world at one time. That Europe was all black folks. They call it the Black Plague or the bubonic plague during the time when we were ruling in England and all those other things. You know why that happened? Because the white man came out the caves and got everybody sick. You know what I'm saying? We were called. They had the term knights, right? Why do you think they call them knights? Because it was black as the night. They got a movie called Black Knight. And what they call him in the movie? A Moor. Another term that we called ourselves when we were ruling Spain, when we were ruling over in Europe, we were Israelites going by the name Moor, which just means black. So they put this stuff right in our face, but because a lot of our people don't have the information or a way to look it up or just a direction to go in, we don't look these things up for ourselves to see that we are those people. So that's why it's important. You gotta search out these things. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Watch this. We all been taught this.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Yep.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So do you know a little bit of history about Moses coming out of Egypt? You ever seen that movie Prince of Egypt? You ain't seen it? So you know about Moses parting the Red Sea. Okay, so this is when he did that, he was bringing the children of Israel up out of bondage, or what we would call what? Slavery, right? Because that's what they were when they were in the land of Egypt. They were slaves. Keep reading.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
So he said we will go into slavery again with what? Read it from the top again. I missed that part.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So Egypt, when you read in the Bible, in this passage right here, is talking about bondage or slavery. So we're going to be brought into slavery again with what?
With ships.
What race of people do you know got brought into slavery on slave ships? Us, right? The so-called black man. That's all they teach us in school is that we were slaves. That's it. That's all we know. The Bible got that documented in there. Because when you read this chapter, these are future prophecies that happen to God's chosen people. Now today, we don't go by those things. We don't go by Israel. We don't go by I'm from the tribe of Judah. We go by African American, black, Negro, nigga, all these other things. That's one of the curses we read in verse 37, a proverb and a byword. A byword is something that they call you outside your God-given name. You are from the tribe of Judah. So that's what you should be going by. So when next time somebody asks you who you are, where you from, take pride in that, because this is the head tribe of all the 12 tribes. And that's the same tribe Christ come from. And when he come back, he's a Judite. He's from the tribe of Judah. Judah has a symbol of a lion. You know what I'm saying? Like these things that are taken from us because we were disobedient to God. That's the thing. So you say you believe him, but kind of sometimes what we showing you, man, we trying to build you up to let you know that you should take more time in learning who you are. Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Watch this. This is why. Because in church and all these different philosophies in the world, things like that, they want to tell you, especially in America, they want to give you democracy, meaning everybody's equal. So when the country gets punished, you're going to get equally punished. No, that's not supposed to happen to the Israelites. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Is God talking about equality right here? He said he chose a people, and he said they special to him. If you like I'm sure you got your special pair of tennis shoes at home, right? You got that pair of J's you just love. You just put them off to the corner. You make sure no dust get on them, don't no dirt, no nothing get on. You put them on once a month, because you know today I'm coming out these special. I'm putting my best favorite outfit. I'm not messing with these until that day I feel like putting these on. That's how God looked at it. He said, look, out of all these people in this world that I made, that's the ones I love. That's the special ones to me, the Israelites, right? He said he chose us unto himself, and he said what? We were what after that?
A special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
He said we are above every other nation of people. The Israelites are above everybody else. Sound like racism. Sound like racism. God, I ain't say it, God said it. You see what I'm saying? They're not gonna teach you this in church. They're not going to teach you this in schools, because in America, they want you to assimilate so that you don't never go outside the box and be like, you know what, I'm gonna go out here and learn some stuff, and I'm gonna go teach it to my people so that my people can liberate themselves from what's going on. Because you see on the news all the time, we the ones get pulled over, shot down by the police, all these other things. They get off scot-free every time. They out here targeting us. Who they want to vote the most right now? The black people. Every commercial I see for Joe Biden and Trump, they got a whole bunch of black people coming together saying, yeah, you know, I don't like him because of this, I don't like him because of that. Meanwhile, ain't no laws getting passed to make sure your people can come out on top at all. We continually we still at the bottom. These people don't care about us. They use us for their own agendas and then turn around and just sweep us back under the rug. Like, okay, thank you, thanks for letting me get in office, black man, nigga, and turn around and do what they gonna do. Pass laws for their people. Make sure that their people stay on top. And make sure your people suffer. Because as long as you don't know who you are, you're gonna suffer. Give me, you done with that? Give me Judah 5:20. 5:19. Watch this. I'm gonna read out the Bible why it's important. Because every other nation in this world knows that we are the children of Israel. Thing is, they done covered that thing up for us, so that we don't know. Because it's a reason why. Watch this.
The book of Judah, chapter 5 and verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
So the Bible says, this is a person of another nation. I think he's an Ammonite. So he would be what you call today a so-called Japanese man. He's talking to a Syrian king. He's a servant at this time to a Syrian king. He asking him about the Israelites. He's saying, who those people up there in the hill country that don't mess with nobody else? They keep to themselves. They got their own laws. They do their own thing. They don't try to mingle with us. They don't want to know about us. They don't even want to come meet me. I'm the king. They don't want to see me? No, we was to ourselves. So he's asking about our history because our history has always been documented by the other nations, right? Keep reading.
Let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God be for them.
So he said, what he said before was, if there be any error in his people, meaning if our people are in the midst of sin, if our people are in the midst of wickedness, then yeah, now y'all can go over and conquer them, because God not gonna mess with them. God, as long as they not doing what God told them to do, because all the other nations know about our God. They know the history tell you when they left Egypt, God destroyed Egypt. Everybody knew that. These guys, they saw the power of our God, and they knew that they didn't have no God. So they sat up here like, yo, if they not keeping the commandments, we come up there and conquer them. And that's what happened to us. That's what happened to us right here. All these stuff that we put right here for everybody to see, this is what happened. Our people were in idolatry. We were worshiping all these different gods, sacrificing each other, all type of things, right? God sent the conquistadors to them, 1492. When we were out in Africa worshiping those other gods, Oya and Krishna and Shango and all them other gods and stuff like that. And we just went off into that stuff. God sent the Portuguese, the Spaniards. He sent all those people over to us to come get us and put us through those curses in Deuteronomy 28. But read verse 20. Read that verse again.
From top.
Yep. 21.
Book of Judah, chapter 5, verse 21.
Yep.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God before them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
God said, as long as we not in sin, they better not mess with us, because that's what's going to happen to them. There's going to be a laughing stock amongst the whole world. The nation that's trying to come against us when we keeping the commandments, they ain't going to make them a laughing stock, because look, y'all should have known not to mess with God's chosen people. Y'all should have known that. But this is what they do to us today. They sit up here, they put pork up in there, they make that the cheapest meat. Cheapest meat you can get is pork. Look at some bacon right now, a couple dollars. Look at some pork chops, all that stuff. Our dietary laws tell us not to eat pork. So what they do, they make it easy for us to acquire those things. They put in the rap songs, they put in half-naked women in the rap songs and causing our people to lust. They showing our women that it's okay to go out there and shake their ass all the time, and that's the only thing they concern themselves with. All you see on social media is girls up there trying to twerk, getting on TikTok half naked and all this other stuff. They're doing these things because these other nations know that if they sit up there and keep us in sin, then God's not going to deal with us and they can still rule over us. Give me Psalms 83. Watch this. This in the Bible. Everything we talking about, God wrote down, had it written down for our historical record so that we can look at this stuff and be like, well, how do we go against it? How do we fight back against this? By keeping God's laws. Watch this.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
God said his enemies. God has enemies. God does not love everybody. He loves his people. He said he got his own enemies, and those enemies are the enemies of his people. He said them people came together, and watch what they did.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They take a crafty counsel, meaning that they come together and they make think tanks to try to figure out, like, what can we do to make sure that my people don't remember nothing? But what can we do to keep them in sin? Because you play football, right? I'm saying you got your jersey on. So in the NFL, right? Does the NFL draft look any different than this picture right here? No different, right? They get him out there, and he just got the little compression shorts on, no shirt, no pants, no nothing. And they going out there and they're like, okay, what's his 40 time? How much does he weigh? How much he bench? How does he do this? What's his shuttle? All this other stuff. They sizing them up. Because what are they doing right here? They saying 35, 45, sold to Master Johnson over there. He's a big, strong buck nigga. He can make a lot of kids. He can lift a lot of stuff. He can do this and do that. Same thing. It's the same thing. All we doing is going right. It's another form of us doing the same thing they've been doing to us. So when you say you good enough to make it to, you never thought about it like that, right? But you see it every year in the NFL draft, the NBA draft. They are sizing our people up to be sold off. And the thing is, right, the thing is, we sit up here and think that, okay, we about to get $1 million contract, but in actuality, they're making billions. How many black owners in the NFL are there that own a team? No more than what? Oh, none. There are none, because even if they only own partial ownership of it. They can only buy into it. They can't buy the team. Jay-Z tried to buy a team. Diddy tried to buy a team. Tony Dungy tried to buy a team. They won't let them do it because they know they got to keep themselves on top. And as long as and because they came together and was like, you know what, let's just give them sports. They're good at sports. Let's give him a basketball when he's young. Make sure he can dribble real good, put him through AAU and training camps and Pop Warner and all this other stuff. So when he grow up, his mindset is, I'm going to make it to the NFL. And they're going to make millions of dollars off of you. Because when you go to play college football, you don't get paid jack. And the coaches get paid multi-million-dollar contracts off the back of your work. And what happens to our people most of the time? They go there and get hurt. They get life-debilitating injuries, things like that. And when they just toss you to the side after that, it's the same thing. That's why people got to get out this mindset of following what's put right in front of us and actually seek out these things for you. So I'm going through this stuff and bringing this stuff out to you because I used to be there. I used to think I was going to go to the league. No, God made a way to mess things up for me to where I ended up right here where I'm at right now. Now I love this more than I can ever love what I was doing back then. I played football since knee high. So it's God doing this stuff for a reason. Read that again.
Book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse
Let me finish this out.
1. Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
Right.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
They said the hidden ones because we don't know who we are. That's why I call us the hidden ones. We don't know that you didn't know you were supposed to try to do this for today, right? You're a hidden one. Keep reading.
They said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let us cut them off from being a nation. That's what we just read in the book of Judith. If there be no sin in them, leave them alone. But if it's sin, then we can overtake them, right? Let us cut them off from being a nation. And then what?
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
You ain't never heard this term before that you was called an Israelite, right? What about your family members? What about your friends? Nobody that you know has ever called themselves an Israelite before. That means that worked. That what they were doing to us as a people worked. Because today, none of us go by the name of Israel. None of us as a people. Only the ones that God right now is enlightened. Like us right here, we got the knowledge to come out, and he told us to come out and teach our people. So that's what we're doing. Those people, keep reading, watch this.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
The other nations have one mind. And he's about to name every one of these nations that came together against God's chosen people. Watch this.
They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacle of Edom. Edom in the Bible is the so-called white man. That's what they call in their biblical name. Keep reading.
And the Ishmaelites.
The Ishmaelites. That's the so-called Arabs. They're the ones at the corner stores and liquor stores and stuff like that. Right. You know what I'm talking about. Keep reading.
Of Moab.
Moab. That's the so-called Chinese. Look, you look right over there. You look right over there. You already know. Keep reading.
And the Hagarenes.
The Hagarenes. That's the Nilotic Africans. Those are old Egyptians. Right? Those are old Egyptians. Keep reading.
Gabal.
Gabal. Keep reading.
And Ammon.
Ammon. That's what you call the Japanese today. You read?
And Amalek.
Amalek. Those are what you call the so-called Jewish people today. The Jewish, because they're not the real Jews. You are a real Jew. But what we're reading is they came together to make sure that you would never know that you was a Jew. So don't think that you can escape this Bible, because without this, you got no solution. You got no solution. You're gonna be in that same mindset. You're gonna be right at the NFL draft, like, man, I remember, man. Got me in my drawers, sitting up here, a spectacle in front of everybody. So all you see is a whole bunch of white people out there like, yeah, let's get him, man. Yeah, he's right here. We can give him a little contract. You know what I'm saying? He going to 5th round, something like that. That's what they gonna do. You gonna remember that, because without this Bible, we done. We have no solutions. This is where everything comes from. So I know when you first came, you said, you feel like there is a God. Sometimes he's not there. We just gave you a whole bunch to think about, right? Because now, your next step would be to do what? To seek out that knowledge, and then start to do the things to change and repent. So I'm gonna give you a law, right? Give me Numbers 15. Watch this. I'm gonna give you some law. I'm gonna give you a law right here that you can find. You could figure out how to do this. And matter of fact, hold that. Give me Zephaniah 2:1.
Book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation, not desired.
The Bible said for the Israelites to gather together. Because who's the nation that's not desired in this world? Black folks. Black folks, we come around. When you walk into a parking lot, a Walmart, and the white lady comes, she clutch her purse. They lock their doors. You know what I'm saying? They follow you around in the store, the secret shoppers and stuff like that. We're not desired. They don't even want you up in there. They want your money, but hurry up and buy. You know what I'm saying? They said come together as a people. They're telling the Israelites gather together. Because when these things start to happen in this world, and society start to get messed up, and everybody fighting each other and shooting and killing each other, where you gonna go? Who you gonna go for protection? Because our own people, we looking out for ourselves. We not messing with nobody else. You come knocking at your home, your family door, they can be like, nah, son, we ain't got it. Sorry, we got mouse feet up in here. Good luck. But the other nations sitting up right now with bunkers, all type of stuff, with all type of survival stuff together. You gotta come around your people. You gotta come back around your people. Learn who you are, come around your people, and then we start to support each other so that we can start in these last days before all this stuff start popping off for real, which is coming really soon. Then we can start to figure out ways and have our own think tanks around each other based on this Bible, with what the solutions is in this Bible, because every answer to our problems come from here. So I see you said you were trying to go somewhere. I just want to make sure before you leave. Gabriel, you got 5? Okay, all praise. Look, we got a school here. At 3 o'clock. We open every Saturday at 3. What we do is we come in and we teach this Bible. We teach our people how to come back to God, give our people solutions how to come up out of these things. You know what I'm saying? Because we are going through some type of affliction as a people. And what we're doing, and the way to get up out of this affliction or lighten our load while we're here in this world is to keep God's commandments and come back to Him as a people. So don't take that flyer and not read it. There's a lot of info on there. And then when you get that information, you got questions, give us a call. Or you can just come to the school. You know what I'm saying? We always gonna be here for our people. We want our people to repent so we can get up out of this stuff, because destruction coming to this place. Whether you think about it or not. Give me 2 Peter 3:10. Watch this. Because our people are not gonna be prepared for this day if they don't take what this Bible is saying is serious. Because we just read a whole bunch of stuff out of here, right? That made a lot of sense. A lot of sense, right? And no one ever been able to read the Bible like that. You ever turned on and seen T.D. Jakes read out like that and give you some understanding and like, oh, that make a lot of sense. He gonna give you that whole, oh, God loves everyone and we are all Gentiles and all this other stuff. He gonna lie to you too, because he's been taught by our oppressors. But we come out and we read and give you the understanding on what this stuff is actually talking about. Read that.
The book of 2 Peter, chapter 3 and verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
He said the day of the Lord will come like a thief in the night. The day of the Lord means the day Christ comes back to destroy this place. Destruction. It's going to come like a thief in the night. When somebody come breaking your house, do you hear them coming? They sit up there and they wait till you gone. They wait until you least expect it, right? Like a thief in the night. That's what he's saying. When everybody's sitting up here chilling on the Sabbath, right? It could be on the Sabbath day, it could be any day of the week. Everybody right now breaking the Sabbath because we're not supposed to be buying. We're supposed to be selling, no working, no cooking. We don't know that, but the ones who do know that, they sitting up here like, okay, well, everything's all good. And the sky gonna get dark. Christ gonna crack that sky. Everybody gonna see him and be like, dang, I should listen to the brothers and get myself right, because he coming when I least expect it. Keep reading.
In which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
What can melt an element with fervent heat? Lava, a bomb. What type of bomb? An atomic bomb, a nuclear bomb. So what that's talking about? It's talking about a nuclear bomb. It's talking about nuclear destruction. World War III is prophesied in this Bible. That's what he's saying. Fervent heat, it can melt. You're going to see that curve melt right away. And everything right here going to melt away. Sitting here thinking we all good. And we should be sitting up here trying to seek God, trying to seek his face, so that we can figure out those things. Nobody's perfect. We can be perfect, but we have to be seeking that stuff out before it's too late. You see what I'm saying? Is any more on that?
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
So everything that's going on, you got Cardi B making WAP videos. That's gonna be burnt up. You got the everybody vying for who's gonna be the next pharaoh over all our people right now, the president. That's gonna be burnt up. All these philosophies, these doctrines are gonna be burnt up when that day comes, right? Keep reading.
Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
So he's saying, now that you're seeing these things that's prophesied to come, the destruction that's supposed to come to this place, what kind of person should you be trying to be? The best person you should be, right? So the best person you could be is an Israelite that keeps God's commandments. That's the best you could be. So what you're supposed to be doing is seeking out these laws and trying to figure out what you need to do to come back to God. Give me Romans 12:2. As a matter of fact, yeah, give me that. Yeah. Watch this.
Book of Romans.
I'm gonna show you how you can start to change your mindset on things. Watch this.
Book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world.
Be not conformed to this world. So, like I said, sports, football, they gonna have you sitting up there right like down the auction blocks. You know what I'm saying? Don't be conformed to these things. It's okay if it's okay to give some of these things up, because a lot of this stuff that we partake in is gonna lead to our destruction. They say don't conform to this world. If you out here smoking weed, you better stop it, because they putting chemicals in the weed now. You out here trying to pop every sister you can find, you better stop it, because God put new STDs in the world. You know what I'm saying? You better stop doing these things, because don't be conformed. They telling you to vote. Well, I'm gonna vote for another a king to be over me. You ain't gonna do nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Don't vote, because it's a law against God to vote actually as well. But that's what I'm saying. Don't be conformed to this world. Keep reading.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
It said be transformed by the renewing of your mind. meaning everything that you thought you knew and was taught as growing up, because a lot of us are taught these things growing up, throw that stuff away and relearn it by the words of this Bible. Keep reading.
That ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
So as you can prove to God that everything He's showing you in here, it's real. Everything that you're doing, that's gonna change your life. You know what I'm saying? All of us used to be going through something, and we all was seeking God at one point, and He wasn't hearing us. But when we actually sat up there and became serious about it, about changing our lives and changing ourselves, that's when God put He presented the information in front of us so that we could actually take that next step. So that's what He's saying. Prove these things to God that what He written on His Bible is true. So you can prove that to everybody else around you. Because when you start to change, everybody will start seeing your change. They will be like, you know what? He never talked about God before. I didn't think he believed in God before. But now, look at him. He got his fringes on. He out here keeping the Sabbath. He eating these things. He out here being a whoremonger. He ain't out here smoking weed and getting high. He got rid of sports, man. Sports don't mean nothing to him no more. That's a distraction. That's a distraction from the things you're supposed to be doing. So take heed to some of this stuff, man, and take it serious. Like when you go on, read that flyer. Look us up. Watch some of the videos that we got. A lot of that stuff that you ever had questions on and stuff like that. Like we out here right now, we got thousands of videos to give you answers about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So definitely don't take it for granted that you came before us today. You know what I'm saying? What's your name again? DJ. Okay, I'm Hezekiah. Yep, Hezekiah. Nice to meet you, man. Definitely, man. Look, go home, stay safe. Make sure you read. You got any questions? Call us.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
We used to scream Black Power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.